Information. This story has been written only for entertainment. I do not have any motive to hurt anyone. All the names and places used in this story are imaginary and should be read accordingly. It has been written only for entertainment. Let's start a new story. This story has made us wait a lot. Let's know a small part of the story today. The story is starting from Dalhousie, another name for beauty, beautiful valleys. Valleys wrapped in white snow. Beauty that is soothing to the eyes. Morning time. In the farmhouse built in Dalhousie, a woman whose age would be around 45 was shouting angrily and saying, "What should I do with this girl? How many times have I told you not to go out alone and come to this city? And again this girl is missing." There were 4 more people sitting in front of her, including her husband, her mother-in-law and her 2 sons, and the person she was talking about was the heroine of our story. Let's meet our heroine. On the beautiful hill of Dalhousie, a girl who could hardly see anything except her eyes was earning a living by painting while shivering from the cold. Perhaps she had come here to see the sun rising in the valleys and to spread it on white paper with her own hands. Age around 18 to 19, dark brown eyes. She was smiling looking at the sight, but it seemed as if everyone in her eyes wanted something. He had completely covered himself with warm clothes and was also wearing a green-colored scarf on his face. It seemed as if someone would go crazy after seeing her. Her milky skin was visible from her eyes. She was busy drawing paintings quickly. Then her phone starts making loud noise. She looks at the phone angrily and says, "Absolutely not. Will Mom have woken up? Oh my God. Today you are going to beat me a lot." She talks to herself and says, "Munnu, why do you do this? How many times have I told you not to go out alone?" She was rebuking her mother. Her name is Manvi Singh. Everyone fondly calls her Munnu. The phone had started ringing, and then it started ringing again. Munnu quickly picked up the phone and heard an angry voice from the other side. "Where are you? Come back to the farmhouse as soon as possible. If she does anything, then see what should I do with this girl." Hearing this angry voice, Munnu calms herself down and says, "Mummy, I will come in 5 to 10 minutes, just near here. I went out to see a nice view. Little did I know you were there." "You will get up so early." Again an angry voice comes from in front. "How many times have I told you not to go out alone? This is not our city where even the roads are unknown. Now come back quickly with your brother." Munnu quickly hung up the phone and started collecting all her things. Looking at him for the last time, she said to him, "I love you, Dalhousie. You are so beautiful that I feel like staying here. But Mother will not agree. She does not leave me alone. Sometimes I feel that she will also go with me to my in-laws' house." Saying this, she started smiling, but her smile was hidden behind her scarf. He hung his bag on his shoulder in which he carried all his. She had kept the things, and looking at the gloves she was wearing on her hands, she said, "Man, they have become wet again. Now I am feeling cold." He took them off and quickly put them in his bag and placed them in his hands. "Put it in that overcoat of yours," which she was wearing, and then she started looking for a way to see the sun in the morning. In her hurry she forgot how far she had come. She was moving ahead, cursing herself. Manvi Singh has just finished her school and is now thinking of taking admission in college. She likes the valleys very much, and the mountains are a different part of her life, which gives her happiness that every year she goes to visit more than one place with her family. But his mother never leaves him alone. Why is this so? Marriages. This jam is not like girls. Or it needs to be well prepared, and Buddha comes from our human, but still it is very beautiful. Manashri muttered. She was moving ahead on an unknown path. Suna's sister was very stubborn. Perhaps she had gone away in the session. She was talking to herself as well. Munnu, too. She is going to beat you a lot. She was moving ahead humming when suddenly she heard the sound of a bullet being fired. She went home from Paldi and said to Yudko, "What did you hear? It was just now that some man will give me." Auntie, the road was deserted. There was no one there or while walking a little further. She looked away and some people sitting in a jug were continuously telling her Galata. Veju's mind seemed to be listening and did not understand. Wonder what this is. She was turning red after firing or whether we too had ever been shot by her. The theme was not covered in leather. She was more beautiful than this one. When I reached there it was normal. We'll beat. And oh yes, It seemed as if he was going to die somewhere. My heart is very hot one day. Half he quickly. I started calling her. I didn't know it was to save someone. Even studying is in danger. Was then. No, the people in the jeep were a band. They were in bad clothes. They were wearing the same uniform. They quickly looked at each other and said, "How can this happen according to the Gayer? No one knows where we are. The second shock is so black that we cannot get out. Otherwise it will take a long time for US to die completely. I think. This head will be clean. It is given by the same tree." Within 2 minutes, these people went to Vezemel. Now JN was very nervous. Heard P. Of course Sumrat did not understand what to do. He was made Gi. She slowly stepped forward and took him towards the car. She sang and saw that he was sitting next to her, whose armpits were also closed. His eyes were just shining. His eyes were black and tears settled on his face. He may feel that someone is nearby. Seeing this, our cowherd goes 2 steps behind the elder Polly and kills her. If you knew her and saw her eyes ready to fight, It was very scary for the bastard. He also got blood on the girl's body. Maybe she was wearing bras. His scattered hair was telling his eyes that he didn't have the courage to go to her but couldn't leave for Motten. That's why she rubs the swarf on her face and wraps it around the boy's stomach and says that she is very happy. Should I call Kiwi and organize a caravan? Desha Raymond's attention to her. This one was younger. The blood was telling too much from the stomach. Please stop your ears freezing. There was a lump in the throat and it was covered with cyan cloth. Mayu was in a hurry to get out of her bed and call someone. As if she was in a rage. She was so cold and so scary that she gets lost for minutes. Ani, while giving it to him, says, "My man was sitting near me who did not understand. I was holding the melody due to which his entire heart was trembling. That Vipul was drinking somewhere and who has felt the head of that boy on the chanting board?" He is also surprised that he can win a lottery on him. Didn't even know that he had lost his life in going back. She was still wondering whether he had said to Langma Kir Tour that he should rest in peace, or she was just helping him, and this was on the floor above. I had developed a passion for that boy. I wanted to give him a lot of attention and not distance myself, and by abusing him, I slowly pushed him away. Any bribe at the end of the caste system. She sat down peacefully. It had only been 10 minutes since she sat down. That's why some cars come and decorate there. Among them, 25 to 30 people wearing Lake Kara's uniforms come and suddenly surround the car with a huge crowd. When, seeing the people fell in their hands. She says, "Stay away. I will kill you all." There were people standing in front, and oh, there were also because their son and also the daughter of one of them, and the story goes that she was protecting him. A boy leads car and asks him to fight. That boy gets bored after seeing his eyes. Shrilal is fine in the room looking at them, and he, seeing where the man is, on the depth of humanity. Smile be this Gari. "I do," she said in a proper tone of voice. She took care of it. "This is full of wheat," and gave it to Mitali in the car. After seeing the level before doing the next one, there is a lot of trouble. Because he had helped, he would not have to do Vinyajoga. I started listening to him and said, El and Kina, and went away from there, looking at the Pasnalptgart made in him and I. She said and took him back, and after reaching her house, returning this essence man 3 choose yes him Lakshmis.